Yo, what's up, baby? It's Fordee from Can't Stop Art. So we are doing a second video today. That's why I'm wearing the same shirt as the other video, because it's literally back to back. I just cleaned up a little bit. In fact, this is the painting that we did in the other video. We experimented using Vallejo's liquid mask, right? So we are going to just talk about liquid mask or masking fluid along with applicators, and we're just going to do that. So I'm going to remove this puppy and let's talk about some things, right? I've got a fresh piece of watercolor paper here. I've got some washi tape. Washi tape is tape that does not stick very harshly to the paper. It's supposed to be easy to remove. I got some of it. It's crazy though. Look at this. All of the tape has different designs. I would be fine if this was just white or clear or black or who cares? Like, why do you want a design? Probably it costs more to do this, right? And it would be cool if I could figure out where the the part is. There, is it here? There it is. To pick up, huh? There. So all we want to do is run it down the middle. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just so we have like a separation here, because we're going to do two different things, right? Look at it. It doesn't even want to stay. Maybe I have like a cheap brand. You know, I did buy like a pack of like 50 of them or something like that. And they're small rolls or whatever. But this stuff, I swear, it doesn't want to stick. Look at this. So there, stay, right? Stay. You can do it. We'll even fold it over the sides. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. Anyway, doesn't look like it, right? So we got this washi tape down. My thought is a couple things that I've learned about masking fluid. Let's share it with you. I'm going to switch to cam number 2. You don't have to see my beautiful face for a few minutes. Let's just talk about this stuff, right? So over here, one of the things I noticed is, as you can see on the L here, some of the paper is lifted. And the reason that is because I applied masking fluid, and in order to speed up the drying time, I used a heat gun, right? Which I have right here. And the problem with that is the liquid mask or the masking fluid adheres to its substrate. Would that be the right word? It adheres to the paper the longer it's on the paper. So no heat gun. If you leave this for like 3 days or something, you might not be able to rub it off because it's going to create a bond. The masking fluid is like a latex, a resin of sorts, etc. So it can only stay on for a certain amount of time before it really bonds to what it's stuck to. I think using the heat gun sped this process up, and this is why it lifted the paper in certain points. So do not use artificial means of speeding up drying. And then let's talk about drying times. Drying times on Vallejo is like 2 hours, they say, right? Give or take. So you have to think about that before you draw something, paint something. By the way, this washi tape, I need to buy another kind because look at it. It just doesn't, I mean, I don't know if all of the rolls are going to be like this, but this is a joke, huh? Maybe I have like a regular painter's tape right here. Let's cheat a little bit, right? Let's just take like a smidgen up top, bam, and then on the bottom. Maybe we'll get lucky and it will hold up onto the paper here. Now, granted, this is on the paper too. Hopefully it doesn't lift the paper. We will find out. We're not doing a full painting here. We're just doing a test, huh? Next, the other thing is what I did is I put this masking fluid or liquid mask in these Fineline applicators. You can use these to write as pens, right? So there's two different ones. You can buy in a set. You could also buy them separate. There's a standard tip and a fine tip. This is 18 gauge. This is 20 gauge. 20 gauge is smaller. It's only 2 gauge difference. Is it really that much smaller? I don't even know why there's two different ones, you know, because the lines are pretty fairly there. Oh, you're supposed to shake it, give it a light shake, you know. I don't know if that removes air bubbles. I don't know what it does exactly. In fact, if you want, when you unscrew this, there we go. There's a little tension right here, right? Because there's a little needle in here that goes into this to keep it clear. And so you might have to pull a little bit after you've unscrewed it at the end. What you could do is use like a paper towel and get it going. That way, if there were bubbles, the bubbles now are out. So let's just do like some squiggly lines and boom, something like that, right? We can clean the tip off here. And remember, we're going to have to wait 2 hours for this to dry. That's why this is not going to be a live video. just a tip or trick. So what I'm doing right now is aligning that little piece to go inside and yeah, close it. There's also something else I noticed. There's a secondary, I don't know, secondary applicator right here. And so I don't know what the purpose of that. If you do know, I couldn't find the information on it, please let me know. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up, move it off to the side, and show you that you can, with the masking fluid, you can actually use the paintbrush. I've also read online that if you're gonna use a brush, let's use this brush, it's quite big. If you use a bar of soap and you coat the bristles with a bar of soap, when this liquid mass dries, you are not gonna ruin this brush. Knock on wood, hopefully. I haven't done it before, so let's see. I'm gonna get this dry. I'm gonna come over here. Let's get it more in the camera view, right? And I'm going to get these bristles with some soap on them, huh? And we're just trying to coat these bristles with a little bit of soap. And I don't know how much. See, that's the thing. I'm not positive. So I gave it a coating. You can see the soap a little bit on the brush. Now, we are going to, so usually I put this in my mouth and you can't hear me talk, right? I'm gonna take this masking fluid. Well, first give it like a little bit of a shake, right? Nothing crazy. I'm gonna turn this over and let's take our paint palette for watercolor and let's just put it here, right? So as you can see, let's use the X-Acto Mate to pop that bubble because we don't need bubbles. And let's just pour a little bit here. And yeah, so we are going to paint on, let's draw a heart or something, right? So I'm going to close this back up. We're going to use the paintbrush that we applied some soap to protect it, because if you don't do that, supposedly what happens is this masking fluid will then harden on your bristles and you will ruin your brush. What sucks is, I don't know this brush, how much it was, probably a couple of euros. So let's not do that. So we're going to go like this, and then we're going to come up here and we are going to create. Now, I don't know how thick this needs to be, huh? Is this enough? I don't know. Boom. Let's add a little bit more here. Something to this effect. Now, this also has to dry for 2 hours. We have a ton extra over here, so let's do something else, right? Let's make like little, I don't know. Is this a star? It looks that way. Let's do a happy face. They're really just 2 eyes and a mouth. And maybe a dot for a nose. Booyah. Now over here, let's write the word love maybe. Because I love you guys, right? If you're watching this, I love you. Even if I don't know you, I appreciate you watching. You keep me motivated. And yeah, we are trying in the next month or two to become a force to be reckoned with in the watercolor community. Why? I don't know. Just because I always wanted to learn watercolor. And I took my time on it because originally when I first was looking at it, I was like, dude, this is frustrating, huh? And I just decided I'm not going to do it, right? But then boom. Now I'm doing it, and let's see where we go with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to wipe the excess off. Wow, with that soap, it looks like more or less it came off, huh? I'm going to go wash it. I'm going to stop the video because this needs like 2 hours of drying time, right? So we're not going to keep it going. I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to leave that in the paint palette just so you can see how after it dries, you could just peel it up, huh? So I'll see you guys. Let's go back so you can see my pretty face. I will see you guys back after I've let this dry. I'm going to keep track of how long it's been drying for, just so you know. Yo, what's up, baby? We are back. Now, I just did something ridiculous. This thing was dry, and I recorded, and all I did is paint blue on this side. I painted like the orange on this side, and then I stopped it because I said, let me let this dry. And then what ended up happening is the audio was messed up. I think it's because I pressed mute on my computer. That should not do it. Anyway. So you're missing the part of me painting blue on the side, orange on the side, whatever. But the point is, I did, it's dry. So let's see, right? If we come over here, let's just switch to cam number 2 real quick. Boom. If we come over here, let's take off where the eye is, right? And as I look at that, this was on really thin. And look at these lines, huh? Can you turn this the fan down. I'm sure the fan noise is really loud right now, so I'm gonna have it turned down. But look at this, huh? There we go. Thank you. So as we remove this, look at these beautiful crisp lines, and this mask was on super thin. I wonder if the paint where the mask is thin, like look at this, how thin it is right here. I was wondering, does the paint go through that? Because you hear it's thick, right? And not necessarily purposefully. I was just painting whatever. But look at this, huh? So I saw somebody say that like if you have this could hurt your fingers or whatever. I don't know how much of this that you take off that this will hurt your finger, but if it does, supposedly you could use a tea towel or something like that to remove it. But this seems fine, and to be honest, I cannot imagine this hurting my finger. Maybe if I did it on a huge piece, I don't know, right? So here, boom. And maybe this paint needed a little more drying time actually, right there, because I moved some of the orange. But look, it looks beautiful. Let's take off the star. And yeah, for sure, the paint needed a little more drying time because I'm messing with the paint right there, huh? That's okay. But look how pretty this came out. And again, yeah, it should have dried. Okay, so one thing, don't be impatient, huh? Because my impatience led to this star screwing up and a little bit right here. But the rest of this, let me hold this up for you, right? Look at that. Let me see, am I getting it right? I'm looking, I don't know how perfect this is. But anyways, look at the clean lines here and here. Let's take it off of the blue. We'll take off the word love. And it's more or less dry, huh? If it's not dry, it's just a little bit. But look at that. Look at that. I suppose the only downside to this, right, is that it takes 2 hours, hour and a half to dry, huh? That's a long time. So you know, obviously to do something like that on the live video is not happening. You're going to have to pre-record and plan this out. But look at this. It looks sexy. And mind you, we just used one color to paint here. Imagine we did this really cool wet on wet technique or something where the colors meld together. You would be able to see the paper through the bottom, etc. And then look at this little star, right? Oof, it just looks snazzy. So whether you're using a brush, you're using the applicator, you know, this particular one from Fineline. There's probably other brands, you know, but Fineline is one of the main brands. I mean, this came out clean. Let me hold this up for you again so you can check it out. And I didn't make let's see. And I didn't make the paint super pigmented. There's a lot of water in there. The paint could have been darker, but look how clean that came out. Anyways, guys, I hope you like this episode. And again, to use this this Vallejo liquid mask, there are other brands, you know, from Winsor Newton has one, etc. They're not too expensive. I think for this 85 milliliter tub or 2.87 fluid ounces, I think this was like 10 or 11 euros. Same price in the States. These Fineline applicators, I forget exactly how much they are for the pack of 2, but you could also get them singly. They're pretty similar in size, so do you really need both sizes? I don't know, you know what I mean? And you can add, you don't have to just add the liquid mask in there. You could also put acrylic paint, you could put alcohol ink, etc., etc. Guys, hope you liked the tutorial. If you did, please make sure you like and subscribe and share the video with your friends. Need to make sure we're back on this beautiful mug, right? I want to get the channel growing. I plan to do more live painting stuff. I don't know if I have time to do the other video today or if I'll do it tomorrow or the next day, but I'm going to do Homer Simpson or a version of him, right? With a cool background using what I've learned so far, and let's see where it goes. Oh, let's take this tape off too. You're probably curious about that. And right now we are not, I'm not going to switch the camera. I'll just show you. There we go, huh? So we got the love, baby, and the heart and the smile, and it's all gravy. Until next time.